6:11 now, and now that Congress has come up with a debt ceiling amendment and the country gets to pay its own bills, we need to start thinking about something else, getting a jump start on your taxes. And joining me this morning is our financial consultant, Andy Barkate, with some good tips to help us get started. Good morning, Andy.
Good morning, Crystal.
All right, where do we get started on getting a jump start on the taxes and what we already
Well, now
know?
that we're about this whole debt ceiling issue somewhat behind us for the time being, we can actually look and think about something else. And I think it's never not a good time to think about taxes, even though it sounds like a really bad four-letter word, kind of.
Right.
We always want to be prepared for these things. We know we're going to have to pay them.
Okay.
I think one of the things that most people can actually do is just keep track of things as you spend them. Things like medical expenses, child care, charitable contributions, all these kind of things can be tax deductions. In a lot of cases, as the years go on, or the year goes on, I should say, you kind of lose track of what you've spent. In a lot of cases, if you're keeping records of these things on a monthly basis, and there's a lot of software to help you do this,
Right.
actually, when it comes time to pay your taxes, you will not lose some of these preferential items the IRS actually gives us.
So keep a little checklist so we don't forget throughout the year.
Well, actually, I think you would do it every month. As you pay your bills, maybe categorize them in some of the software that's out there, so when it comes time to do your taxes, you cannot have to sit back and go through a box of receipts and your checkbook and all these other things. You've got it all, it's all been done for you.
All right, some ways to reduce taxes.
Well, there's a lot of things you can do there. Some of the main things I think that a lot of people have that they can avail themselves of, things like your retirement plan. If your employer has a retirement plan, use it. These are dollars you can save on a pre-tax basis. It makes your income come down.
Okay.
And another thing I think a lot of people spend money on annually that they really don't take a lot of tax advantages on are child care and health care. There's ways that you can actually pay for some of these bills. We all pay for health care.
Right.
And a lot of us, including you, pay for child care.
Yes.
In a lot of cases, the government allows us to pay for some things before tax. If your employer has cafeteria plans, HSAs, health savings accounts, you can actually have money deducted from your paycheck specifically to pay for child care and health care.
Okay.
You can actually pay for them on a pre-tax basis.
And that helps a little bit in reducing our taxes.
Well, it depends on what your tax bracket is. It may save 10%, maybe up to 30% of those expenses. That goes a long way over the course of a year.
Absolutely. All right, so last thing we wanted to ask you about was AMT. What is this all about?
AMT, alternate minimum tax, something that we all hear about. A lot of us are affected by it, and probably unless Congress makes some changes, more of us over time will be affected by it. AMT is somewhat of a kind of an alternate tax system. It was designed way back probably 30 years ago to kind of catch some of the higher income taxpayers and make sure they pay at least a minimum level of tax.
Okay.
And over time, as their incomes have slowly gone up, well, more and more people are getting caught by AMT. So it's something you want to watch. And at the same time, deal with somebody that knows what they're talking about as far as taxes go. I mean, a lot of people try to do it themselves, and that's fine, but in a lot of cases, a good tax preparer can kind of help make sure that you avoid some of these things. It's not just as easy as plugging in numbers.
And don't get wrapped up in it. Or we'll just call you.
You can do that too.
All right, sounds good, Andy. Some fantastic tips there. Getting ready for tax time. Andy, thank you.
Thanks.